everybody. This is Tatum with Guardian Voice of the Missing. Hope you guys are all doing great tonight. Kind of been a busy week so far. I know it's only Tuesday, but lots of stuff is going on. Um, like I said, hi Desmond. Like I said, if you guys ever have any cases that you want covered, you feel it's not getting any coverage, needs to have more coverage, please let me know, and I most certainly will try to get those cases out there. I'm going to go ahead. I don't have a whole lot of cases. I have been dealing with some cases, so I don't have a whole lot to share today, but I do have ones to share. Some with some updates as well. So this first case I want to share, I want to continue to share is Caitlin Woolery. She is missing out of Uniontown, Pennsylvania, November 23rd of 2023. She's 17 years old, 5'3", 115 pounds, brown hair and hazel eyes. She does have her nose and her ears are both pierced. She was wearing that beaded necklace, as you can see, with the name Blake on it and the cross necklace at the time of her disappearance. Caitlin may go by Bug or Little Bit. She was last seen wearing a black hoodie, Crocs jeans around 1:30 on November 23rd of 2023, when she had went for a walk around the block in the area of Oakland Avenue in Uniontown High School in Uniontown, Pennsylvania. She had her cell phone with her and it last pinged about 10 blocks away by Potter's Bar around 11:15 on November 26th of 2023. Since then, it has been off or is unable to pin that location. She has not been active on social media and has not been in contact with friends or loved ones, which is out of character for her. Loved ones are concerned for her safety and her well-being. They are concerned definitely with her health. They want to make sure that, she is okay. Also, there has been a couple sightings for her. However, one did not turn out to be her. However, they do believe that she is still there in Uniontown, Pennsylvania. So if you have any information, please call 911 or the Uniontown, Pennsylvania Police Department at 724-430-2929. I know that her family is very concerned about her. And Caitlin, if you're out there, please reach out to your family or to the police department and let's get you back home where you are safe. The next case is a case I will continue to keep sharing. This is Rebecca Demery. She's missing out of Odessa, Texas, March 1st of 2023. She's 32 years old and is now 33. She is 5'5", 190 pounds, brown hair and hazel eyes. She does wear glasses and has a mole on the left side of her neck. She always wears this gold cross necklace. This is the best picture that I was able to get of it. This is a one of a kind. No one else would have this necklace of the cross. And she did have that at the time of her disappearance. She does have her ears pierced, but she doesn't normally wear earrings. And she does have her tongue pierced. She has a history of seizures and had recently had one while she was in the hospital. She has that tattoo of a flower that looks like the picture of the flowers there on her left arm and a heart design on her right arm, which is pictured there as well. She does go by the name of Becca. So her loved ones always had contact with her on a daily basis, and they had last spoken to her on the phone on February 28th of 2023, when she had called to see if she could get a ride from the hospital. Her loved ones had been out of town, and they were not able to come pick her up. She was seen, however, on camera leaving the hospital with someone that day. Becca's loved ones had texted her that next day on March 1st, and there had been no response for her. She has not been seen or heard from again. However, there is that surveillance photo of her outside a hotel there in Odessa that she was seen wearing that long sleeve gray shirt with a plaid hem, black pants, the gray athletic shoes with a white sole, and she was carrying that black and teal backpack with her. She was last seen about 3:50 a.m. in southeast Odessa. Foul play is suspected in her case. There have been multiple searches for Becca, and there has been people that they have talked to and everything. But one thing to know is Becca is not familiar with anybody in the Odessa area. So if you have any information regarding Rebecca's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Odessa, Texas Police Department at 432-335-4609. I know that her family is wanting some answers on her case. And again, like I said, there are several agencies that are involved in her case, and they have been doing multiple searches for her. This next case is going to be connected with two cases that I am covering tonight. The first case that I want to cover is a case that needs to get some answers. This is Kendra Nicole Botelho. She is missing out of Enid, Oklahoma on July 5th of 2022. She's 24 years old. At the time of her disappearance, she is now 26. She's 5'8", 115 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. She does have that short buzz cut, as you can see in the top picture, because she does wear different colored wigs. I do have multiple pictures of some of the wigs that she's wore to show you some different looks that she may have. She has brown eyes and both of her ears are pierced, and she does have dimples. She is enrolled in the Muskogee Creek Nation tribe. She does have mental health and substance abuse issues. She was staying at a residence in the 1400 block of West Randolph in Enid. She was last contacted by phone to a loved one at midnight on July 7th of 2022. There is a report that she was last seen on July 20th of 22, knocking on the door of a house in Pawnee, Oklahoma, and asked for a glass of water. When the individual found out that she was missing, she reported it to Enid police. However, it has never been confirmed that this was Kendra. It was reported that it is unusual for Kendra to not have contact with her loved ones or be active on social media. Talking to her loved ones, that is very true. She was always in contact with her loved ones. She was always active on social media. She would not have just went somewhere and not let somebody know kind of what was going on. Her cell phone goes straight to voicemail. Her social media accounts have had no activity, and her loved ones have not heard from her. Again, this is highly out of the ordinary for Kendra not to have some sort of contact. A few days prior to her disappearance, there was a bond hearing for her boyfriend, Colby, for a domestic abuse case which involved Kendra. She was the victim. This case had been dismissed after she went missing. There has been multiple searches and tips that have been covered. However, Kendra has not been located. Loved ones are concerned for her safety and her well-being. Foul play is suspected. If you have any information regarding Kendra's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Enid Police Department at 580-242-7000. And like I said, there's been searches, around Enid and some of the other towns as well. Law enforcement has been following up. The family has been very diligent in looking for her, as well as missing persons advocates and stuff. In her case, it's just somebody out there knows something. There's too many people that are out there with very suspicious activities and stuff like that. The next case that I'm going to cover, and I know a lot of people are probably not going to be supportive and wonder why I would cover his case as well. And I'll tell you why. One, I do not pick and choose who I share. A missing person is a missing person, and that's just the way it's going to be. Second of all, this individual could have information linking to Kendra's case as well. And just with some of the history and stuff, it's a person that needs to be located regardless. So I definitely have no problem with anybody making comments as long as you keep those comments kind. If I find out people are making ill comments, and I am going to go into this subject in a little while, just for some recent information that's been brought to me. But I am here to help find missing people. That is what I'm here for. So we're not here to attack individuals because of their past, their present, or anything like that. If an individual is missing, they are a human being. They do have loved ones that are missing them, and we are here to do that. If that is not what you're here to do with it, I assure you, feel free to make your own platform, and you can have people do whatever they want on it. I will not tolerate anybody slandering people. I will not tolerate people belittling people. I will not tolerate people saying just cruel things. We are not a judge. We're not a jury. We are not law enforcement. And that's just the way that's the way it's going to be. Also, in this case with this next individual that I am going to show you, even Kendra's family has stated, he could possibly have information on Kendra's disappearance. So either way, there's nothing that says that the two cases are connected with them being missing. So his case, him going missing, is not necessarily connected with Kendra already being missing. And I hope that makes sense. But he could potentially have key information on Kendra's disappearance. So again, a lot of people, when he came up missing, a lot of people said, don't share it. No one should share it or whatever. But I'm not going to be that way. So the next person is actually Kendra's boyfriend at the time when she went missing, Colby Shepard. Colby Dennis Shepard went missing out of Enid, Oklahoma on December 28th of 2023. He is 27 years old, 6 foot to 6'2", 160 pounds to 170 pounds. He has brown hair, which, however, he had recently dyed it blonde and hazel eyes. He has that full beard that kind of is reddish in color. He does have a tattoo on the left side of his chest. Colby was last seen wearing a blue shirt, blue jeans, and a gray hat. His last contact with his mother was by phone on December 28th of 2023. His last known vehicle is a tan/gold Honda Civic, 4-door with Oklahoma tag OJE660. As far as I know, neither him nor his vehicle has been located. If you have any information regarding Colby's disappearance or know his whereabouts, please call the Enid, Oklahoma Police Department at 580-242-7000. And feel free, you guys, if anybody out there wants to make comments or have a discussion on any of the cases, feel free to share that. Hi, Ellen. You're most welcome. All right. This next case is a case I have shared before, and it's been a while, so I have updated his flyer. All right. This is Austin Matthew Lehman. He went missing from Kent, Washington on December 8th of 2021. He's 36 years old at the time of his disappearance. He is now 38. 6 foot tall, 200 pounds, brown hair, and brown eyes. He does have a scar on his left wrist. Austin was last seen at an apartment complex in downtown Kent, Washington on December 8th, 2021. Foul play is suspected in Austin's case. There is a $10,000 reward leading to his location. If you have any information regarding Austin's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Kent, Washington Police Department at 253-856-5808 or the Palo, Washington Police Department at 253-841-5415, or you can call the Washington State Police Missing Persons Unit at 800-543-5678. His case, somebody out there has to know something about his case. Like I said, he was last seen at that apartment complex. There has not really been a whole lot that's been released in his case. There is a Facebook out there if anybody wants to go out and support the family and get updated information. The following case is a case out of Alaska. I feel like a lot of the Alaska cases don't really get a lot of attention or coverage. So I wanted to go ahead and share Aaron Michael Johnson Leonard. He went missing from Anchorage, Alaska on November 13th of 2023. He was 20 years old at the time of his disappearance. He is now 21, 6 foot tall, 150 pounds, brown hair, and brown eyes. He does wear glasses. Aaron may use the name Aaron Mike Leonard. Aaron was last seen when he was dropped off at Village Inn by the Ark of Anchorage on November 13th of 2023. He has his cell phone, but he has not been in contact with loved ones since November 12th of 2023. If you have any information regarding Aaron's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call Anchorage, Alaska Police Department at 907-786-8900 or the Alaska State Troopers at 907-269-5511. And hopefully somebody out there knows where Aaron is and will let him know that he needs to contact law enforcement. Hi, Sharon. How are you? Thank you very much. Thank you for everything that you do as well. Sharon is really a great advocate out there that shares a lot of missing persons flyers and stuff. So thank you, Sharon. I know that the families appreciate every advocate that's out there that shares, and also the families that share. And even if you don't have a missing person and you're here and you're sharing information to help get these people located, I know that they are greatly appreciative of it. This next case is a case that I have shared several times. This is Cornelius. He goes by Casey Frederick Bogslag. He is missing out of South Salt Lake, Utah on June 6th of 2022. At the time of his disappearance, he was 29. He is now 31, 6 foot to 6'2", 130 to 150 pounds. He has sandy hair and his eyes are gray in color. He has a scar about 2 inches long on his lower abdomen and a smallpox vaccine scar. He was last seen on camera near his apartment at 3808 Southwest Templeton in South Salt Lake City, Utah on June 6 about 11:40 a.m. wearing a dark green Wrangler cargo pants, gray shirt, military boots, or sneakers. He does usually wear a hat, and he could have been heading to work. So his 2012 silver Suzuki S/4 was located on a remote road at Castle Rock exit 180 in Summit County, Utah on June 8th. His vehicle, Utah plates, a white skier/snow life with a tag number E068FE, were not on the car when it was located. They still have not been located as of right now. He did have his cell phone with him, and it last pinged by a cell tower approximately at 2100 South and 300 West in Salt Lake, Utah on the morning of June 6th. He had a black Mountain Smith backpack. A backpack had the 2022 SIG 9mm Gerber multi-tool, a keychain with a Suzuki key and 2 house keys, as well as several keys for his work. The keychain had 2 pictures in a dark paracord doggle and an Alto bottle opener stopper. So they are all similar to these pictures below. None of these items have ever been recovered. If you have any information regarding Casey's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call Salt Lake City, Utah Police Department at 801-412-3600. And there is a $50,000 reward for information leading to his whereabouts. His case has always been just really interesting to me, locating a car. It's very suspicious of the fact that his license plate is missing as well, still has never been recovered. So if anybody has any information, if maybe you saw that car that day, go back and think about it. I always think that it's important to put information on vehicles or anything like that, regardless if they've been found, because you never know if someone might have went by and happened to see the individual or maybe saw somebody else leave the car there. I just always feel like it is a good reason to put that information out there. This next case is Brody Joseph Wilson. I had to get a drink, guys. He is missing out of Wasilla, Alaska on November 30th of 2023. He is 17 years old, 5'10", 125 pounds, blonde strawberry hair, and blue eyes. He had left his home on November 30th of 2023. It is reported that law enforcement had contacted with him via text, and he had told them that he would return. He has not been seen or heard from since. If you have any information regarding Brody's disappearance or know his whereabouts, please call the Alaska State Troopers at 907-269-5511. Hi, Allison. How are you? Again, Allison is another really good advocate. She runs the missing persons alert nationwide. She has pages and groups in every state. So definitely check that out. If you have a place that you need to share a flyer or anything like that, definitely go out there and share it out there. This case I will continue to share for the family, especially Jane Bruce's children. She is missing out of Sedalia, Missouri on October 4th of 2008. She was 23 years old at the time of her disappearance. She would now be 37, 5'2", 98 pounds, brown hair, green hazel eyes. She is blind in her left eye. She did have red highlights in her hair at the time of her disappearance, and it was shoulder length and wavy with bangs. She does have both of her ears pierced, and she does have a 2-inch scar along her lower spine and staple scar on her right shoulder. She has a tattoo on her upper left arm of a teddy bear with wings and a banner with the name Dylan. She was last seen wearing a black shirt with the word Rebel on the front in silver lettering and blue jeans, leaving her children's babysitter home where she had left them earlier that day so she could go out and celebrate at the Maloney's anniversary. They were having an anniversary at the bar on Main Street there. And she had returned around midnight to give the babysitter more money and asked her she could just go ahead and watch the kids for the rest of the night. She was seen with a young man driving a late model red Ford F-150 truck earlier in the night when she dropped off that money. And she was seen hanging out with him at the bar. However, police did identify that man, and they did question him and had traveled to Atlanta, Georgia, where it's believed that that is where he lived, that he was just a contractor there in Sedalia working. And the police did question him after he had gotten arrested on unrelated charges, and that he's never been named publicly, but the police did call him a person of interest. He did say that him and Dana had parted ways after they had left the bar, and he had never seen her again. However, there is reports that she was seen with several individuals later on that night and even leaving the bar that night, and also that she was seen at a house party in the area, and that something had happened at that house party, and her body was disposed of. There are people in the Sedalia area, people that are close to Dana, that do know the truth about what happened to her. It is all a matter of time, as people continue to talk, that the truth is going to come out in Dana's case. There have been searches for her. Law enforcement says that they're actively working on her case. Just because this is a 15-year-old case does not mean that it cannot be solved. And like I said, it's a matter of time. People are talking. And if you know something, say something. You can always be anonymous on your tips. It's, if this was your loved one, you would want them to be found. Dana left all of her belongings behind and does not have a bank account, credit cards, phone, or a vehicle. It is unknown if she had her ID on her at the time. She was known to be a devoted mother, and she would never leave or abandon her children. That is one thing that has been reported, that she was always very dedicated to her children. She had actually that day had signed her lease for a new place for her and her children. Foul play is suspected in her disappearance. It is rumored that there is a private investigator on this case. However, no information has been let out how to contact them. So if anybody has that information, please let us know if you want that added to the flyer. If you do have any information, please call the Sedalia, Missouri Police Department at 660-826-8100 or 660-827-7823. The other thing to let you know is there's not only one red F-150 truck, there was actually two. So if anybody else knows anybody that had a red F-150 truck, please, give out information of who that is, and it could be connected to Dana's case. I'm not for sure who told me hi, because I can't see, so you might be watching from the group versus the page. So just let me know. Ellen, you are most welcome. I will continue. I've told you before, I will continue to share her story until we can get her located. I don't know if there's any chance Brody would have traveled to the Pacific Northwest, but I think it would be probably a really good idea to get his flyer out there on any of those pages. I don't know if that's Saoirse talking to me. Saoirse's another advocate. She's definitely up in the Oregon, Washington area. She does have several pages as well to share. So definitely he needs to be probably put out there or in those pages as well. I'm sorry, you guys, my voice is a little raspy today. All right, this next case I have shared before. I did update his flyer. This is Daniel Wayne Coley. He is missing out of Holdenville, Oklahoma. Someone had asked me to get his flyer and his case out there. He went missing on June 17th of 2022. He was 33 years old. He is now 34, 5'9" to 5'10", 180 to 260 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. He does have multiple tattoos. These are the two pictures that I do have. There was another picture that he was standing that you could kind of see some of them, but it wasn't close enough on his upper arms to get a clear viewing. So if any family or anybody does have better pictures of his tattoos, I would, if you would like to send them to me, I could get them on his flyer. So he does have on his chest, it says straight native. His left upper arm / shoulder initials LT with a pipe and feathers. Left arm, a fire pit with 3 bear paw prints. Left lower arm, a dream catcher with feathers. Right upper arm, warrior with a feather off of the end of the word. And back of his calves has out of sight, out of mind. Daniel is a Seminole Yuki, but he's enrolled in the Muskogee Nation. He may use the name Trevin L. Hardo. He was last seen wearing a light brown polo type shirt with white stripes, blue jeans, and black, white, and gold Nike shoes. It is reported that he did have a change of clothes with him and could also be wearing a black and white Kenneth Cole shirt, black cargo shorts, and black shoes. He was last seen near the south entrance of Lake Holdenville off of State Highway 48, which is in the southeast of Holdenville, Oklahoma. He did have an open wound on his foot at the time of his disappearance, and he was walking with a limp. He may have been in need of medical assistance at the time. If you have any information regarding Daniel's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Muskogee Creek Nation Light Horse Tribal Police Department there in Oklahoma at 918-732-7800. Again, this is a case I feel like somebody knows something and they need to, come forward on these cases and let people know. I do have an update on a case that I was brought to by the family member, and they are missing. It is a sad report, however. The family talked to me and asked me if I would go ahead and update his flyer and let everybody know that he was located. This is Tito Jaffas Garcia Quintanilla. He was located deceased. He went missing in 2022 there in Ladero, Texas. It has been confirmed that his remains were found and he was deceased. So I did let the family know. They wanted me to share and let everybody know that unfortunately he was located. So prayers going out to the family and to the loved ones for Tito. It's really sad. They were very dedicated into looking for him. Plus, she has been a really kind individual and family member for other families. And there was something that she read in that I had shared on a podcast before, and I need to locate it again. I would like to share it. And one of the things is she's like, no one can truly understand what it's like to go through and have a missing loved one. And it's something that she never thought that she would ever have to go through. And her heart goes out to other families of the missing because she understands the pain and the stress and the frustration of what goes on, of the not knowing where your loved one is and stuff like that. So again, please send prayers to Tito's family and just thoughts and prayers out to them, because it's not the way that, we want any case to go. So I did tell them that I would let you guys all know that he was located and stuff. So, yeah. This next case I have shared before. This is Cornelius. Oh, this is not. This is Kyler Sorry, I didn't change the name. This is Kyler Charles Bala. He's missing out of Atlanta, Georgia on October 11th, 2020. He was 26-year-old at the time of his disappearance. He is now 29, 6'1", 130 to 140 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. He does usually wear his hair long and sometimes might have it in braids or cornrows. He does have various tattoos. He has a sleeve on his right arm, including a large skull towards his forearm region. He was last seen leaving his home wearing a white t-shirt, gray Crocs, and gray stone wash jeans in the Wesley Estate subdivision around 4 p.m. It was previously reported that he had been seen near the intersection of Butner and Union Roads in South Fulton on October 12, 2020. It is reported that he had left his phone and his wallet behind. His Facebook is under Ray Stone, and it could be the name that he goes by. He has not been seen or heard from since. If you have any information regarding Kyler's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call South Fulton, Georgia Police Department at 470-809-7300, or there is a Crime Stoppers Atlanta tip line at 404-577-8477. I agree. It is very sad about Tito. I was really hoping for a better outcome for him. All right. This next case that I am going to share, and this will be around the last case. But again, I feel like, I'm going to have to bring up the topic again. So, scamming families. Can't have it. Have no tolerance for it. Will not have tolerance for it whatsoever. I will have no part in anybody that does this to a family. Again, I've been brought new information on another case. At this time, I will keep it private. Giving false information to a family, not giving information to law enforcement is wrong. If you're going to be an advocate, you need to be an advocate for the right reason. If you have information or think that you've seen somebody, call law enforcement. We are not law enforcement. I don't care if you're a private investigator. I don't care if you work for a judge. I don't care. It is law enforcement that needs to have that information. To continually tell a family that you've seen a person, you've seen their loved one, you have their loved one, you have information, and you're not turning it over to law enforcement, that's horrible. To know that there's been several families that have gone through traumatic, having a missing person to begin with is already traumatic enough. But for someone to intentionally try to solicit money, to put a family, to continue to put a family through trauma is not tolerated. I will not stand for it. And I will let you know that any reports that I get, I will report it. I don't care who you are. I don't care if I'm related to you. I don't care if you're my best friend. I will report you 100%, and I will have nothing to do with you thereafter. That is where I stand. That is my ethics. That is, that's who I am. If you don't like it, that's fine. You can unfriend me. You can stop following my podcast. You can do whatever. But I won't tolerate it. The families go through enough. We are here to protect the families. That's what we're here for. If you are here to get a movie career, to get a debut on television, to attack people and sling people through the mud, that's not going to be tolerated. It's just like all these cases where people are saying, well, people aren't turning evidence over to law enforcement. Well, I got another case I want to bring up. Andrea Knabel's case. Let me tell you about Andrea Knabel's case. People out there that are attacking people are the ones that aren't turning over evidence. I will tell you that Nancy and Joe turned over their evidence to law enforcement, and I have proof of it. So anybody that wants to challenge me on that, you can go ahead. But all that information has been turned into law enforcement, and I have seen the proof. I have heard the proof. I have the proof. So let's stop attacking people. Stop attacking people that are telling the truth. And let's start holding people accountable that are not. I haven't talked about the Andrea Knable case in a long time, but the problem in the Andrea Knable case is people are not telling the truth, that are going around playing that they are the victims, and they are not the victims. The victims is Andrea. Andrea is the one that is missing. She is still missing. She was a missing persons advocate. And for someone that is going and helping people to advocate and they go missing, that's a problem. People can sit there and tell whatever story they want, but here's the proof. Family didn't know that she was a missing persons advocate at the time that she went, until she went missing. But yet we're going to continue to say how close we were as a family. You weren't. There is proof all over. I've seen the documented proof. Law enforcement has the proof. It was not a perfect family and everything was rainbows and sunshine. Her sister is not the victim in this case. Andrea is. And again, Nancy and Joe and them and another PI have turned over information. So people need to stop attacking people and tell the truth. Because I'm telling you, the truth is going to come. It's coming. It's just a matter of time. Again, also with Kendra's case, people out there know the truth. And I know they know the truth. Dana Bruce's, case. The truth is out there. People are talking. I hate to tell you guys, people are talking. And that truth is going to come out. So again, I will tell you, as the founder of Guardian Voice of the Missing, I am Tatum Kirkpatrick, and I will not tolerate anybody. I don't care if you're an advocate. I don't care if you've been doing this for 50 years. I don't care. I don't care who you are. You attack a family. You withhold evidence from law enforcement. I want no part of you. That is not going to happen. Ever. And I will report it. That is how serious I am about protecting families in these cases. I will have no tolerance for it. Every family has came to me that has reported that somebody, a podcaster or whatever, has taken information or tried to solicit information out of the families that not only, hurts that person's case, you're putting people's families in danger. Not everybody that goes missing just walks out the door and goes missing. A lot of these cases have criminal element to it. You are not only putting potentially the missing person is still alive in danger, you're putting their family, their children, all of that in danger. Trying to solicit money of a missing person, it's disgusting. I feel like every week I've got to address this subject. So I will address it again this week. I will tell you, if I find out that you have attacked a family, tried to solicit money from a family, lied to a family that you saw their individual, not turn stuff over to law enforcement, you are getting reported. And do not have any contact with me because I will not help you in that situation. So again, my heart goes out to the families that have reached out to me to tell me that this has happened. And best believe that we will continue to work hard that it doesn't happen to another family. Because that was one of the biggest things that the family members have said. I don't want this to happen to anybody. I was hesitant to come out and talk about it. But I told them I was glad that they trusted me enough to listen to their story. And I told them I will be doing something about it. So again, like I said, I have no tolerance for it. I don't want to be aligned with anybody like that, and I will not be aligned with anybody like that. Start telling the truth. Stop trying to get headlines. Stop trying to get a documentary, a movie promotion, money. Go get a job, a real job. If you want money, go get a job. Stop trying to take money off of someone's tragedy. I just have absolutely no tolerance for it, and it disgusts me. Because where we could possibly be spending our time helping people look for their missing loved ones, here we are dealing with the idiots and the sick people on the street trying to do more damage than the family has needed to have in their life. I'm sorry. And I'm reading your guys' comments right now. I'll share some of the comments. Thank you guys for the support. And again, if there's any advocates out there that are having issues or family coming to them and telling them that, trying to solicit stuff, I've dealt with it on a case, all that stuff, let me know. I can, see what I can do to help or whatever. But like I said, I have no tolerance for it. I shouldn't have to, I shouldn't have to tell someone not to do it to begin with. I would think that you would have some sort of morals about you, but I'm learning in the world of people just don't. I do have one more located. I can't remember. I think I shared it last week, but this is a good located. This is Erin Nicole Metz. She was missing from Delaware, and she had been located in Texas, but then had lost location with her. And family has let us know that she has been located. She is safe back with her loved ones. And they wanted to give a shout out to the to law enforcement with their help, to the advocates that helped, for people that shared her flyer, as well as the private investigator that was helping on the case. There was a couple, I think, another search agency that was involved as well on the case. And they were grateful to everybody that shared her flyer. And it is great that she was located as well. So family wanted me to let everybody know that she was located. I'm going to go ahead and do the last one. So this is a case that I've seen, and I hadn't done a flyer on her because I had seen flyers out, and someone came to me and asked me if I would do a flyer for her loved ones and everything, because she hasn't been getting much coverage for quite a while. So this is Rochelle Elizabeth Hammond. She's missing out of Muskah, Colorado on August 15th of 2019. She's 30 years old and would now be 35. She is 5'6", 120 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. She does have her septum pierced with a silver circular barbell, which you can see in her pictures. She does have multiple tattoos: a star on her left arm, skull on her right hand, cat with a bong on her shoulder, live like a lion on her upper chest, a star behind her ear, and stars inside of her forearms. And she does have all others. I have put pictures and I forgot to put it on the big screen, so I might share Rochelle again next week so you guys can see her multiple tattoo pictures that I have. They are actually out there on the flyer. She does suffer from bipolar disorder and schizophrenia. She is prescribed medication, which was left behind. Rochelle is of Cherokee descent. She was last seen wearing a black tank top, khaki shorts, and black Nike shoes, walking away from her home in Muskell, Colorado on August 15th, 2019, around 11:30 a.m. She has only been living in that area for about 3 weeks prior to her disappearance, and she previously had lived in Columbus, Ohio area. All of her belongings, including her ID, phone, medication, car, dog, computer, and tools, were all left behind. She might be living homeless. Family does believe that she would not have left on her own accord and may be a victim of human trafficking. Loved ones are concerned for her safety and welfare. There have been some tips that she may be in California and Massachusetts. However, there has been little movement on her case. If you have any information regarding Rochelle's disappearance or know her whereabouts, please call the Omasa County, Colorado Sheriff's Office at 719-589-6608. And I hope that if everybody could get her flyer recirculated and out there, I know that her family and her loved ones would greatly appreciate it. You're welcome, Carol, anytime. Like I said, there's so many amazing people that I have met during, being an advocate and everything. There's a lot of big things that are going on in the missing persons world. that should be coming out here pretty soon, I hope. My main thing is I just don't ever want a family to feel like they're alone, that they can't talk about stuff, they don't have people that are there for the right reasons, um, or that they're too scared to talk about their case. You know, um, a lot of people don't even want to tell people that someone is missing because of things that they've heard that have happened when you do put out information. So I always like to let the family and the loved ones know, just be careful what information you give out. Really look at who you're talking to. Get a feel for them. If there's things you don't want to share and don't want out there in the media, let them know. I do flyers all the time, and there's a lot of information I don't put out there on these cases. But you guys should feel safe. I feel like the majority of the people that are on my platform are very supportive. A lot of the families that I know support not only their own case, but they support all the families that are out there. They share, they do a lot of great stuff. So never feel like you're alone. You guys can always contact me at any time. Whether it's a good day, whether it's a bad day, I'm here to listen to you guys. Brainstorm and what we can do different, what can we do better. I know there's a lot of cases right now that need searches done, and trying to get a hold of search crews that can do that sort of searching and stuff. We're working on that on several cases. But the biggest thing that people can do is, one, just be kind. Don't be cruel. We don't know everything, but I know one thing is to see it. Advocates get attacked that are actually doing what they should be doing. Families to be attacked. It's just, there's no reason for it. You should only be here to help support, find somebody that's missing. If you got nothing nice to say, one, you can jump off my platform real quick. Two, take the time, just share and don't say nothing. But again, I've got to go through some comments. If you guys see anybody out there commenting on any of the flyers, any of the posts, and they're attacking someone, please report it to me and let me know. I try to filter through stuff every day, but between sharing stuff and working with individuals and stuff, I don't always get it done. But let me know. Just report it. Just say, hey, you need to come look at this. But again, if I find out that you are attacking a family, if you're attacking an advocate or somebody that is out there doing right and good for the missing, we're going to have a problem. And I don't care who you are. I know that sounds mean, and I know a lot of people will be like, wow, you're an advocate, you're supposed to care. Yeah, I do care. I care a lot about the families, and I care about, law enforcement that's doing what they're doing. I care about private investigators that are, doing what they're supposed to be doing. I care about the families 100%. I care about a family. We can go rounds, with people. If you want to attack somebody, then fine. Then you can have the consequences of attacking someone. So again, I've told people many times, if you're out here to scam, not going to do it on my platform. And if I find out from any family that it happens, there's going to be a problem. So I have no tolerance for it. And eventually the truth is going to come out. So that is kind of my, I agree, Sharon, we do need each other. And the majority of the people don't understand. A lot of people are just out here to get, I hate to say it. I shouldn't say a lot. There are people out here that are just out for the limelight. And I think it's disgusting. People are like, well, you're out there in the media with your podcast. I really prefer to not be out there. I like doing stuff behind the scenes and stuff like that. But again, I really just have to do a shout out again, with some of these cases. Like I said, I hadn't been really talking about Andrea Knabel's case because I'm just tired of people lying. I'm tired of people lying, and I'm tired of people attacking the people that are trying to find her. I have a problem with when stuff comes up and people aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. It doesn't make sense. What do you know and what are you not sharing? You know, I just, and a lot of people won't talk out about Andrea's case. Andrea is the victim. She's the one that is missing. And I guarantee you someone very close to her knows what happened to her. And stop attacking the people that have turned everything over to law enforcement. You're not the victim. They are. Andrea is the victim in this case. It's just like Dana. I know that people close to Dana know what happened to her. When are you going to start talking? Because other people are talking. So that's really my thing for the night. Like I said, I've had a lot to deal with this week. But never feel like you can't come and talk to somebody. That's the biggest thing with my platform. I want people to know that it's safe to come talk. I want them to know that they can put stuff out there and it's safe. Know that not everything's going to be shared. I don't share everything. Know that we're here for you and we're going to fight for you. We're going to fight for your loved one. We're going to fight for you. But most of my biggest thing is safety, keeping people safe. Can we give some advice to the families who are looking for a loved one, please? So there's a lot of advice I could give. My biggest thing is don't wait. If someone's missing, even the FBI tells you to not wait. Immediately report. And I know that there are some agencies out there that tell you, they're an adult. They can go do whatever they want. No. You do not have to wait 24 hours. You don't have to wait 48 hours. That's been gone for a long time. I've not came across again. I've looked at every state statute, I think, in the United States. I might have not looked at Hawaii yet. But every state statute says to report immediately. And that they can't refuse a report. So if someone tells you that, they're not telling you the truth, and don't take no for an answer. Say, well, the state statute states that you have to. If the city doesn't want to do it, go to the sheriff. If the sheriff's got, whatever, go to your state patrol. If you think that your missing loved one has crossed state lines, I call the FBI. There's a lot of places out there, but majority don't wait. Every detail that you can give law enforcement is extremely helpful. So, height, weight, clothing, if possible places they could be. Do they have medical issues? Do they have mental health issues? Did they leave their prescriptions behind? Should they, did they leave in a car? Did they leave on foot? Do they have a cell phone? Do they have social media? Do they have tattoos, scars? Anything that's distinctive for them. Who could they have possibly been around? What areas do they frequent? Stuff like that. Someone asked me, what should I leave off a flyer for safety reasons? Don't put date of birth on there. Don't put your personal cell phone numbers on there. Don't give out your information. Don't give out exact locations. But again, my biggest thing that I see is people putting date of birth or their personal phone numbers. I would not do that. Putting out your personal phone information, and I get it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I get it. But I don't. It puts you in danger. It puts you up for people to solicit. Asking people to message you, it's probably not as safe. Like this person said, probably not safe. Someone asked, do scammers really? That's right. They'll find the address. Someone asked me, do scammers really target families? Yes, they do. I have personally had to deal with scammers on a case that I was helping out with. I don't want to go in all the details of the things that they said, and I was handling the messages. However, with it being something that the family also had access to the messages to saw, and it was cruel. They do. Anybody that tells you, if someone does, I would tell them you need proof of life. And they will, they sent like the most awfulest Photoshop thing I'd ever seen in my life. It was terrible, but they're relentless. A lot of them. If somebody does approach you and say that, oh, we have your family member, if you give us X amount of dollars, or what's the other one, the gift card thing, we want you to go out and buy these gift cards or whatever, stuff like that. Contact your law enforcement agency that is dealing with it. And also there is a site on the FBI where you can turn all that information in to them, because the FBI does take it serious with scammers. So yes, families get scammed all the time, and it's disgusting. Also, people posing as advocates and they're not advocates, people that say they're a private investigator and they're not. You can look up every private investigator across the country to see if they have a private investigator's license. Yeah. If you need help with that, let me know. There's been tons of private investigators that have, contacted me and said, hey, reach out, let your families know I'm here. No, I would not. They are not worthy. Sharon said, Derek Shellens. Wow. That's terrible, Sharon. That's terrible. So yeah, I mean, you have to really, really be careful out there, who you trust. Yep. That's what I didn't want to talk about. But yeah, it's true. That was some of it. They said that they would send the missing persons here. No family needs to see that. No family needs to deal with that. Lots of comments and stuff. So make sure you guys check out the comments. I'm trying to post them up. Yeah, TikTok you got to be careful with. Allison did set up a Guardian Voice of the Missing TikTok. So that is out there. That's another platform. I have an Instagram, but it's not being nice to me. So, if you're unsure, like I've had people, family members that have came to me and said they talked to somebody that said they were a private investigator, and then they told them a whole bunch of information and then they just disappeared. You guys have just got to be careful. If you're not sure, you can reach out to me and let me know. But like I said, private investigators, they should be able to give you their license number, their name, or whatever, and you're able to look those up. That's public information. So just be careful. Today, like I said, the family that came to me today was heartbreaking. It was hard, to listen to what they went through and then to be worried to come out and say something. But the fact of the matter is that they didn't want another family to go through what they went through. So if there is somebody out there that you feel is not, the biggest thing is prove it. If you've seen someone, prove that you've seen them. That's my biggest thing, is proof. People can talk all day long about anything, but if you cannot prove it, it doesn't matter. And that's the thing that I want the family and the loved ones, even other advocates. If people are bringing you stuff, they need to prove it. They can't just tell you to go, hey, go tell, law enforcement that I saw, Joe down. Prove to us that 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 you saw them. Take a picture, you know. Um, get as much detail as you can. That's my biggest thing. Get as much detail as you can. Get that stuff over to law enforcement. But for the families, don't believe someone if they're saying, "Oh, I got your loved one," but they have no way of proving it at all. I have someone that just texted me that wanted me to share something, so I want to share it with you. It says, make sure that you get them to check all devices that the missing person may have. Lots of times you can find information um, by, hang on, I got to open it. And that's something definitely too. I know a lot of people don't want to give out information or phone information or laptops and stuff like that. There's so much information out there. It's good to give law enforcement. Lots of times you find information by logging in and remember the browser, and you can get into their emails and all sorts of stuff. That has helped find missing people out there. So that's another good one. You know, you should, if a loved one has like a laptop or anything like that, I would give law enforcement that laptop. Let them look through it, because at the end of the day, I need to say this. At the end of the day, law enforcement is not trying to jam someone up when they're missing. Law enforcement is trying to find the missing person. I've worked with families that they've been concerned if they let out certain details or anything like that, it's going to jam them up. I've talked to a lot of detectives and stuff, and that's not what they're there for. They're trying to find a missing loved one. So being upfront and honest about stuff is definitely helpful. Getting those devices and stuff, you know, what's their Google, what's their Facebook, what's their Instagram, what's their Snapchat, any type of information like that is helpful to law enforcement. So yeah, families getting re-victimized by scammer, it is heartbreaking. Okay, hang on. I got one more for you guys. Oh, that's true too. Um, on par with information, sometimes even the device, like maybe they use one of the family's device, like an iPad, a phone, or um, what are those things called? Laptops or anything like Cash Apps or whatever. Um, they may use your stuff. So it's good for you to see if that information could possibly be on your phone, your laptop, your computer, iPads, anything like that. Bank records are always good, cell phone records, stuff like that. Because a lot of times people don't log out of their stuff. So definitely, those are some other good information that came from an advocate. Too is, you know, those are things I don't think that we think about right away when someone goes missing, but those are always good things. See if did they ever use your phone? Could they possibly still be, you know, linked in on your phone? Could this give access to their stuff? Definitely, definitely good advice. I would suggest taking updated pictures of your children every year. I would say every 6 months at the latest, but that's just me. They used to do where you could take your kids and law enforcement would make like a disc or something that would have all of your children's information in case they would ever go missing. I did it was for a tournament that we had law enforcement come out, and they would do those for the families and stuff and take pictures and everything. So like if their child would go missing, that they could just turn that into law enforcement. It had all the information. Yeah, teens and children every month or two is a good idea. The color of their hair, if they get any new piercings, everything. Take pictures of even. I don't think you can ever 100%, you know, prepare for someone to go missing, but if even yourself, take pictures of your tattoos. If you have scars, birthmarks, I think it's a good idea. I'm not gonna lie. I have pictures of every one of my tattoos. I do. I just think it's a good idea, even as a person, to have those where if something would happen, because even as adults, we can be taken. I just think that it's good to have that information out there. If someone wears wigs or anything like that, I think it's good for that to be known, that they do wear different colored wigs. So I always like when I do the flyers to get different pictures, but also have pictures of them without the filter, because we are a filter world out there. So everybody likes to be filtered and pretty. So trying to find unfiltered pictures are good for flyers as well. I agree. Like Allison said, talk to your kids about this. Teaching safe words. Safe words is always good. I think it's good to go over with your children and your loved ones and as a family to sit down and talk about what would happen if one of us went missing. How to protect your kids. What can we do? There is resources out there. NCMEC does have information and stuff as well that is out there. Someone says sometimes it's enough to have a vague sounding upset voice without using an AI, artificial intelligence or a program to copy a missing person's voice. Most of them have no voice to copy. They have never had anything to do with the missing person. That's true too. So someone mentioned to me that Life 360 is an app that you can track. I know there's tracking devices on phones. I can't even remember all of them. I know there's a lot, but Life 360 is one of them. That's an app that you can put on your kids' phones and stuff, on all your family. And it's also good because a lot of these people, there's been a lot of cases where people have had accidents. And, if they had that tracking app, maybe they could have been located sooner. Maybe the outcome could have changed. I mean, I can't guarantee in all cases, but I think there's some cases out there that maybe if they would have been found a little bit sooner, they had an accident, if they were found a little bit sooner, the outcome might have been a little bit different. So there's a lot of stuff. I know I'm going to keep trying to work on this. And there's other advocates that we're working on trying to get more resources out there. For all of you guys. Sometimes if the child is transit homeless, that you may have had them dressed down, stay safe out of camp often means dressing as masculine as possible, baggy clothes, hats. Yeah. So definitely, someone posted many runaways will not take their phones or throw them away or remove SIM cards. So that's another piece. So there's a lot of stuff, and we'll continue to cover this stuff. If you guys have questions or anything you want to get more information on, feel free to reach out to me, because we most certainly want to help keep everybody safe. But my biggest thing, if you're a parent, talk to your children. Talk to your children about the dangers of being online, not giving out information. And I'm telling you, don't even give out what the weather is like, because I know people think it's crazy, but people have been found just based off of, they said what the weather was like. And that person came from a different state and abducted them. Simple stuff. There's a lot of good predators out there that are good at what they do. So just, teaching your kids to be careful what they talk about online. If someone's online and just being creepy, talk about those things. Communication is key. Even, I talk to my girlfriends, even they get on these dating sites and talk to people. And I'm like, why would you tell them that? Like, don't tell people stuff, protect yourself. Your home is your sanctuary. Your home is your safety. That is your sanctuary. Even as an adult, like I said, even as adults, stop telling people everything. You've got to be careful who you're talking to, because you have absolutely no idea who you're talking to online. And, talk to people, make safety plans with your girlfriends, even your male friends, even my male friends that go out there and get online and talk to people and everything. I tell them, be careful, because you never know. You never know. So just be careful when you get in and out of your car. Um, you know, be wary about, you know, who who's in your surrounding, who's watching you, who's following you from the grocery store. I know it's weird, but people do it. Check the back seat of your car when you get in. You know, that's important. Yes, I do that all the time. I'm not going to lie. I check the back seat of my car every time I get in, even if I know it was locked. I do. That's just something I do. Pay attention to your surroundings. That's just key. Pay attention to your surroundings. Again, I appreciate all of you guys being here. Under the car is another good one. I'm not going to lie. I check under the car. That's just who I am. But these are all good tips. I'm going to try to put something together because you guys, a lot of advocates are out here talking, putting a lot of stuff in the comments and stuff. I'll try to put something together for you guys, and maybe we can go over it next week, or maybe I can do a special podcast or something covering anything. So if you guys want to shoot me any questions or concerns or anything, please let me know. I want to say a big, big prayer and condolence out to Tito's family. I am so sorry for your guys' loss. I was hoping there would be a better outcome for him. Also very grateful that Erin is home with her family. But again, thank you to the advocates that are out here doing right by families. Thank you to the private investigators that are following the law. Thank you to the law enforcement that do tireless hours out there. All of us that do multiple hours trying to do anything and everything to help find the missing and support the families. And my biggest shout out is thank you to the families that trust in me and other advocates to be the voice for their missing, to share their stories, you know, to be there through the good and the bad with them. Like, I'm so appreciative of the family and the loved ones out there. You are what motivate, you know, me especially to keep moving on, you know, and to not give up on helping locate someone. And for all the people that are out there that want to do wrong and attack families and stuff, don't you worry, your time is coming. That's a guarantee. So anyways, you guys, God bless. I love each and every one of you. Keep your heads up, stay warm, because I know a lot of places it's super cold. If you guys have any cases you wanted me to share, let me know. If you have anything that you want us to continue to help put together, we'll try to work on getting you guys like a little brochure or a flyer or something that is something for quick use for you guys if someone goes missing, or other avenues for you guys. Again, God bless, and you guys stay safe out there. Good night.